Bears fans, we've established that Caleb Williams is a problem, and we need a solution to his accuracy. But the biggest problem for the Chicago Bears is not even Caleb Williams right now. The biggest problem for the Chicago Bears is a defense that cannot stop anybody. Bend but don't break has always been the mantra in Chicago. We've done a great job defensively for many, many years with that mantra, but we're at a point right now where this team has to step up. There has to be a moment in time where this defense actually stops somebody. And before you get mad at me for saying that, and I know some of you will, I want to show you the statistics. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Okay, guys, to break this down for you, in total yards, Houston is number one at 3,462. The Chicago Bears are near dead last. They're about 25th in the league right now, giving up 4,645 yards total over 13 games, or 357 yards per game. Folks, that is insanity. That is absolutely crazy. And by the way, it gets worse the more you look at it. When you look at the yards passing, you see the Chicago Bears have done at least just maybe shy of the bottom tier, if you want to make that argument, but they're at the lower part of that second tier, giving up almost 3,000 yards passing. But where it gets really bad is when you start to look at the rushing game and you see that the Chicago Bears are the 6th worst rushing defense in all of football. This is insanity. This team is not that good, and they're giving up 25.8 points per game, whereas offensively speaking, the Chicago Bears are scoring 25.7 points per game, meaning that they're about a middle-of-the-road team. Now, here's the great part. They're a middle-of-the-road team at a 9-4 record, and the ability to win games. I don't want to underscore what I'm saying here with something that you might not like. Here's what I want to say. The Chicago Bears are a horrible defense right now that's finding ways to win when it matters. They're forcing a lot of turnovers. They're making plays when they need to make plays. But they need to make plays all day long. They need to make plays all game long. They need to do the things that they're not currently doing right now, which is stopping people early on. If they stop people early on, let me just give you an example here. If Caleb Williams can complete 65% of his passes, if the defense can stop somebody early on in the game, if those two things happen, this Bears team becomes a dominant force in the NFL. But the fact that they're not right now, and the fact that they haven't, and by the way, I do understand, this is not deaf ears here. I understand that defensively, Jalen Johnson has been gone for most of the season. And when he's come back, he's not really the same guy that we're looking at yet. He's not in playing condition. Kyler Gordon has basically been out most of the season. Tremaine Edmonds is on the shelf right now, having a comeback year. Montez Sweat had a really slow start to the season. He's come along in the last couple of games. That's great. TJ Edwards been injured. We've had a lot of injuries. We've had a lot of difficulties. Nahshon Wright, listen, I do not like what Nahshon Wright has done on the field in terms of his defensive coverage. And by the way, the fact that we're 27th in the league tells me that I'm more right than you are if you like what Nahshon Wright's been doing. However, he's got a lot of turnovers. Kevin Byard, a lot of turnovers. But you guys watch the tape, you watch the game. You see Kevin Byard, Nahshon Wright, these guys miss as many plays as they hit on. And that is a serious problem. And the question at this point is, what do the Bears do from this? Now listen, they're going against a Cleveland team that's got a great defense, sure, but they're not going to score a lot of points. Shedeur Sanders, he can be rattled pretty easily. So there's a real opportunity for the Bears to go ahead and get that 10th victory. Does that ensure that they're going to make the playoffs? No, it does not. But Green Bay then comes back into Chicago for the follow-up game, and we need to win that game. That gives the Bears 11 wins, and if they finish the season that way, 11-6 should be enough to make the playoffs in this season. So there are plenty of things that could go right for the Chicago Bears over the next couple of weeks that would ensure that the Bears make the playoffs. But let me point this out. The Bears are not going very far in the playoffs because we are not a very good team. We are making too many mistakes. Pre-snap penalties, the Bears are almost dead last in the league, ranking 31st in pre-snap penalties, which means that we lack discipline. And by the way, Ben Johnson is a disciplined sort of guy. So the fact that this is happening right now is really a testament to the problem with Ryan Poles bringing in players who were not disciplined or were under a regime in Matt Eberflus that did not hold people accountable for a lack of discipline. So I'm not putting this on Ben Johnson. And this season has been a microcosm of the problems in the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, not that accurate, and it's starting to show. But to his credit, by the way, I should point this out, Caleb Williams close to 3,000 yards passing. That's not nothing. Okay, Caleb Williams could have a 4,000-yard passing season by the end of this. If he gets on a little bit of a hot streak towards the end of the season with 4 games remaining, there is a possibility with a couple of 300-yard games sprinkled in there, we could be looking at a 4,000-yard passer for the Chicago Bears. So I don't want to say that Caleb Williams cannot do it. Yesterday, I did plenty of negativity on Caleb Williams. I admit that. But I like Caleb Williams. I want to see him be successful because he's playing on my team. I want him to be successful. I just haven't seen the product on the field match up with the advertisements that we got coming out of college so far. Scrambling, great. The rest of it, great. But there is some real possibility of this team coming together. So, Caleb comes together, the defense starts to come together a little bit. Maybe we get a little bit healthy going into this final stretch. We go into this final stretch healthy. Maybe we win a few games, make it to the playoffs. We're not going to go far in the playoffs, or at least I don't feel like we're going to go far in the playoffs. I think we're going to be tough. I think this is going to be a difficult team. Make no mistake about it. The Chicago Bears are one of the toughest outs in the entire league. They're 9-4 for a reason. They're second place in the NFC North for a reason. This is a tough out team, but they are an out. We've not seen anything that said that Caleb Williams or this defense is going to turn the corner. So let me know what you think in the description down below. Guys, what I want to see going into offseason, what I want to see going into the playoffs here is I want to see a team that's dedicated. I want to see a team that's focused on improving, no pre-snap penalties. I want to see all the good things that we've been promised for all this period of time. I want to see the Bears finally shine. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until then, bear down.